Paranormal investigator Scott enters Old St. Leopold's Hospital and finds several dead bodies and calls the police. The police come at the scene and arrest him for the murders. The police find some bodies while others are missing. 5 years later, Beth and Sky discuss with their friend Mandy about what happened to them in St. Leopold's Hospital, which is full of mysteries. Beth, a young student, decided to investigate the haunted hospital. She didn't find any ghost but instead found a hospital caretaker, Stanley, who drugged and raped her for 3 days. Sky joined a team of investigators to hunt some ghost. The others were killed while she was tortured and raped while the rapist live-streamed it. Beth thinks the serial killer Stanley and a couple of other serial killers and rapists are still on the loose, but Sky thinks they are dead, even though their bodies have never been found, and they also see on the news Scott has been released. Later we see Caitlin, a woman abused by her husband, seeks shelter at a women's shelter run by Stanley the serial rapist, Samantha, and her father Alan. They take women from the shelter, rape, torture and live stream it. After torturing and raping one of the women, Alan and her daughter have sex. Stanley starts looking for Beth and Sky, his victims who escaped 5 years earlier. He watches Mandy closely and later kills her boyfriend, rapes and torture her to tell him how to find Sky and Beth. Sky returns to her parents' house and they advise her to move on and forget about what happened. Samantha and her father discover that Stanley is going after Beth and Scott. They are against it and are afraid he might get caught. Samantha doesn't like Stanley and wants her father to kill him. One day Caitlin's husband comes at the women's shelter house in search of his wife. Samantha shoots him and strangles Caitlin for telling her neighbors where she went to, which eventually helped her husband to find her. In the evening, Alan tells Stanley to stop going after Beth and Sky because it is very dangerous and he can get caught. Alan and Samantha continue to rape the women in the shelter, torture and live stream it while Stanley still tries to find Beth and Sky. One day Beth goes to Mandy's house and finds her dead body and a calling card from Stanley. She calls the police and tries to warn Sky, but Alan and Samantha were already at Sky's parents' house. They rape and torture her parents on a live stream and Sky is taken to the shelter house and put in the basement. They are confronted by Stanley, who is looking for his files, but Alan gives him a dose and he falls asleep. Later he wakes up and sees Sky through the camera and threatens her. He then goes to the bathroom and confronts Samantha. She tries to kill him but fails, and after a fist fight between them he kills her. Later Alan confronts him but doesn't do anything to Stanley. Stanley kills all the women in the shelter house while Alan tries to rape Sky in the basement. She fights back but he overpowers her, knocks her out and put her in a box. Beth calls Sky's phone and Alan picks the call. They threaten each other, with Alan telling Beth they know where to find her and they will come for her. Beth tells them to come get her at St. Leopold's Hospital. At the hospital Beth meets Scott while Stanley and Alan arrive with Scott. Alan prepares to set up the live stream equipments while Stanley goes to get Scott. Beth finds Alan tries to kill him but fails as he overpowers her. Scott helps her and knocks him off. They tie him up. Meanwhile Sky fights Stanley. She overpowers him and enters the room, but Beth mistakenly shoots her as she thought it was Stanley. Stanley enters the room, stabs Beth with a broken bottle and kills Alan. Beth then shoots Stanley, killing him. At the end the police come at the hospital and find Scott. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also check out my other videos and my shorts where I have recapped movies for you in less than a minute. See you in the next video.